Every Mopar guy knows what a 3D3 is, let me tell you. Let's make a test and see how it goes.
Nick works on Chevys. Nick works on Fords. But Nick loves Mopar.
Welcome to my channel here at Nick's Garage. My name is Nick. Well, here we are back in the dyno room. We have another Mopar engine on the dyno. It is not a 440 because I know a lot of you guys think we have a lot of 440s here, which is true. But this one is the 3D3 that comes out of a 1970 Dodge Charger 500. It belongs to Donald, and he's brought it in here because he just wanted to do a little restoration underneath the hood. He just bought the car a few years ago, and you know, the car had the big Harley double pumper carburetor, had an aluminum intake manifold, had the exhaust was headers. He had headers on it. He had a big chrome oil pan. He had a big chrome fuel pump. And he was telling me, Nick, all I wanted to do is restore the engine back to its original form, the way it came from the factory. So he asked me to do a refresh. We tore it down, and I noticed that he had brand new pistons, 20 over, not much mileage on it. So what I did is I honed the cylinders, I re-ringed it, had the engine balanced, we did a valve job, I located him a correct intake cast iron manifold. We also went with exhaust cast iron exhaust manifolds. He also had the original Harley carburetor, which is the matching number to the car and also to this engine, but it's not here with us right now because I sent it down to Donnie in Ontario to restore it for me to bring it back to original specs so I could have it ready to install it in the car. But in the meantime, I've got the engine ready. I'm about to get it started. I just want to make sure it's got no leaks and everything goes well. And in the same time, I just bought myself a brand new AVS2 carburetor. My brother tells me, you know, this must be a good carburetor. It's got different boosters in there. Try it out. So it is a 650 CFM. It's not a big carburetor, but it's not a very big motor. It's a pure stock 3D3 Magnum 1970. It's not a big high horsepower engine. And I don't think it has a high compression ratio because these pistons are 80 thou below the deck. Could be an 8.5 compression motor from what I see. Maybe not correct for 1970. It's because whoever restored this engine before, whoever redid it, he used brand new pistons 20 over and they're very low below the deck. And I wanted to replace these pistons with the other set of pistons 30 over, but they were all way below the deck, so I didn't replace them at all. I wanted to save them I wanted to save the customer some money. So we went along with the same pistons. But you know, he was telling me, Nick, are we gonna get the factory horsepower of 330, 335? I told him I'm not so sure with the pistons so low on the deck. But you know what? Let me get it fixed. Let me put in the dynamometer. Let's get it running and see how it goes. After all, he has a factory cam, factory cylinder heads 906, cast iron intake, exhaust manifolds. Let's make a test and find out.
Nick has made a reputation for himself building Mopar 440s and 426 Hemis. But he has lots of love for the 383 as well.
If you guys go back in history with Chrysler, the 383 engine, Magnum, Super Commando, whatever you want to call it, they've made it for so many years at Chrysler. They've had it in so many different cars. They made over 1 million of these 383 engines, and you know, they're very good motors. They had forged rods, forged crankshaft, cast pistons, but they were good motors. You know, it brings me back memories because when I first bought my first Challenger back in 1975, it had a 383 Magnum, and I pulled out the engine the same year I bought the car. And now refreshing this engine brings me back history that was my first engine I've ever built back in 1975 was a 383 Magnum in a 1970 Challenger, my very first muscle car. Here I am, another one, doing a refresh on this 383, also 1970. And you know, it is a very popular engine. A lot of people love them. I love them. Okay, it's not a 440, but it's a Bulldog. Let me tell you, it's done a lot of work for a lot of cars for many years. You know what? I can't wait. I hope it does over 300 horsepower. I'm not so sure. So let's get it running and let's see what it does. And if I remember correctly, the Roadrunner was the car of the year for Motor Trend magazine with a 383 base motor. And it was a very cheap price car. For the price, you got a good muscle car, a very simple car, very good car for a simple price. And that's why they call it the car of the year. You have the power, the looks, and everything else you wanted for the price. The last year there was in production was 1971. After that was replaced in 1972 by the 400 cubic inch motor. Every Mopar guy knows what a 383 is, let me tell you. I haven't started yet. I just did a simple refresh on this. So we're gonna get it running, and I just replaced a few items in it. So let's get it working and see how it goes. You know, sometimes I'm pretty close with the distributor installation, but I'd like to always check it. This is 87 octane, you guys. It's probably it's got, like I said, it's no zero deck, and the pistons are very low below the deck, about 80,000. So I don't think we need super 94 octane. So I went out and bought 87 octane, and we're gonna work with that and see how it goes. We're gonna take it at 2,500 to 5,000 RPMs at 300 RPMs per second. It's a 20,000 oversized bore, which makes it a 4270. Factory stroke, 3.375, a total of 386.6 cubic inch. There you have it. Gotta put the master switch on. Put the water line on. There's our water pressure, 70 pounds. Battery charge is on. Fully charged battery. Okay, I guess we're ready. Let's go. Put the water in the engine. Check the water pump. O2 sensor. Let's see where you put the distributor. We'll take it from there. Something's not right. I don't know. Do we have a spark or not? Let's see. Let's check this. Let's check that. I think it's there. Oh, let's see. Does it have fuel? It's got fuel. Let's try it one more time. All right. Spark. Coil. Let's try it again. Ignition. Starter. Put some more gas. All I needed was more fuel. I think you need to advance the timing a little bit. Let's try it. Just gonna advance it a few degrees just to get it going. Then I'll go and check with the timer light after it's running. Okay, here we go. Let's see if it works. Oh, by the way, this is the first time I'm trying this carburetor. It's a brand new carburetor. It's an AVS2. It's a modern model with performance elder block. So I'll turn up the RPM on the screw curb idle so I can check the timing. At the same time, we're gonna check if the air-fuel ratio is correct or not. I'll turn it up just to get it going. I think I need to advance the timing a little bit more. And okay, let's see how it goes. Here we go. It should work.
Vasily is keeping things running in the front of the shop today, so Nick has to be in two places at once in the dyno as he gets the engine started.
Oh well, I'm gonna try to do it on my own. Okay, here we go. The fresh paint is cooking, what you call baked paint. You know, the manholes were painted, the engine was painted, so it's getting baked on right now. Same time, you know, I'm checking out the oil pressure, we'll check the timing, the air-fuel ratio. Everything so far looks great.
As Nick brings the 383 up to temperature and settled into an idle, he notices an issue with the way the distributor is responding to vacuum from the carb.
Trying to work out his distributor, something's wrong with it. It doesn't want to advance when I apply vacuum on the advance. So right now I just want to know what it's going to do in HP, horsepower. I'm going to have to work with the distributor, but right now since we're making a video, let's put on full throttle, full timing, and then I'll work with the distributor later on. So let's go. I'm not going to use the vacuum right now. I'm going to block it off. You know, I've got vacuum at the distributor. For some reason, it's not advancing. Maybe something's wrong with the distributor because I'm using the same old distributor from the car. But I'm just going to make a test with a full advance without the vacuum. I'll look at it later on. But right now, I'm just going to make a test at full throttle. Then again, you don't need vacuum for full throttle. I'm going to make the test like that. We're going to go to 34, 33 degrees, maybe 35, 36, not a problem. Let me block off the vacuum. Let's go. I just plugged it in for now. I capped off the vacuum ports. This one has vacuum when you accelerate. This has vacuum, base vacuum, which has vacuum all the time. So no matter what I've done, it doesn't work. So I'm gonna leave it for now. I'll take care of it later on. Let's make a test and see how it goes. You know, I got a purple shaft in there. It's supposed to be a basic purple shaft cam, but I've got a low vacuum on it. But I can increase the vacuum by advancing the timing on idle. See, I only got 11 inches of vacuum on idle. I know if I advance the timing with the vacuum, I'll get more vacuum for the power brakes to work. But since it's not connected, I don't have what I want. But in the meantime, let's make a test and see how it goes.
Nick buys good quality timing lights for the dyno room, but he finds that if he leaves them in there during a test, they get pounded by vibrations and they don't last very long.
You know, having this fan working in my building, it sucks out all the heat out of my garage. This big shop we have here, it sucks all the heat out of the garage because I'm doing a dyno test. But I like to shut the fan every time when I shut the engine off. In the meantime, let's see what we've got. We have a simple 3D3 here with a mild cam which is called a purple shaft. It's got no numbers on it, so I don't know what kind of a cam is in there. It's a flat tap head hydraulic. I told you, I just did a simple refresh. It looks like it's pretty good. Look at this. I'm really surprised with a very low compression ratio. Well, I believe it's about 8.6, 8.7 on this engine. And we got 310, 311 horsepower at 5,000 RPM. And the torque is 361 at 3,900. So from what I see, we're gonna have to rev it much higher to get our maximum horsepower. It maxed out at 310.7. So we need to climb higher RPM to get our horsepower. So we have potential of getting more than 310 if you look right here. Okay, here we go. I'll put the graph on. Let's see how it is. There it is with the new carburetor. It looks like the AVS. Well, that's the first throttle I've done. So let's make another test back to back. And if you look at the chart, the graph is pretty smooth. Look at it, beautiful. So we need to go higher than 55. We need to go higher than 5,000 RPM. Let's take it to 5,400. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think we're ready. Okay, let's go. It is what it is. 310. You know, if you had the factory pistons, you would have done a lot more horsepower. Then it's got a little cam in it. Anyways, here we have it. We peaked out at 5,000 RPM, 311 horsepower. That's what it is. So this is what this engine is giving us. Maybe I'll advance the timing a little bit more because it's got a low cylinder pressure. Actually, we're going to check the cylinder pressure in a little while. But in the meantime, wow, 82 oil pressure. Wow, 5,300 RPM. Air fuel ratio, let's check it. Air fuel ratio is good, 12.9, 12.8, we're good. If you take a look at the chart, we're still there at 310, 311. There it is. And yeah, it looks like that's what it's got, you know, like if the pistons, if I were to take the block a little bit, it would have gained a lot of horsepower. But in other words, you know, this is a cruiser, it's a restoration, it's a matching motor. So we'll leave it as it is. It's going to be what it is, 311, 312. Maybe I'll just advance the timing a little bit, make some further testing, and I'll maybe bring it to 38 degrees. But in the meantime, you know what? Let's make a cylinder pressure test. Sounds good. I'll just take out one spark plug. I know it's supposed to take out 8 full throttle, warmed up engine. Doesn't matter. I know what to do with this. Let me just do it my way. Well, you know, depending on what type of gas, octane, how much time you want to give it, what kind of fuel you're going to use, what kind of octane reading. So cylinder pressure tells us a lot. And because of these pistons being so far below the deck, I'd like to make a test, just to see. God, these manifolds are hot. And here we go. See that? Here it is. And so you know that if I remove the other 7 spark plugs, I'm probably going to get 150 cylinder pressure. And let's check it one more time. You know that? That's it. We'll probably get 155 and 160 if I remove all 8 spark plugs. But in the meantime, that's what I've got. So that is the reason why I'm only using 87 octane fuel. There you go. Like I said, the pistons are 80 thou below the deck. My client does not want me to deck it. He wanted me to leave it alone. I did it. This is a 330, 335 horsepower engine. It's a 310, 311. I guess I'm gonna leave it, or maybe we'll just advance the timing a little bit more and make another test. You know, after all, this is a matching motor block, so you sure don't want to damage it. Well, anyways, you know, I have confidence in my work, and look for oil leaks. Look at that. Looks pretty good, eh? The only leak I had was the drain plug, because some of these pans, they come with the hard plastic washer, which is really garbage. I don't use them. So in this case, it was on the pan already, so I'm going to remove it after before I install the engine into the car. I'm going to replace it. But in the meantime, it looks pretty good. All right, let's take one more test. There we go. I'm just going to advance the timing a couple of degrees without the timing light. I'm pretty good with this. So I'm going to do it my way. There we go. I think I'm at 37. I'm going to try it. Here we go. Cool down the room. Water pump, O2 sensor. Throttle back off to idle. Okay, let's make one last test. So after this, I'm going to start taking apart the Distributor and make a fine tuning on it. But in the meantime, let's make one more test, see if we could pass that 311 HP. And the torque numbers are at what? 365 torque at 3,900 RPM. All right, let's go. Let's make another test. Oil pressure is good. Air fuel is kind of rich right now. Oh, look at that. Wow. You know, since it's got low cylinder pressure, we're going to advance the timing some more. Check this out. All right, I advanced it 2 degrees. We're almost at 320 HP. Wow, we're catching up to the factory numbers. Oh, it's pretty good. Oh, wow. Maybe I'll advance it a couple degrees some more. Give it some more degrees. Yeah, 319. We're getting nowhere near our torque numbers. It should be over 400 torque on this motor. It's a 9.0 compression ratio motor from the factory. I've got 8.6 what I calculated, and our torque numbers are way under 400 when it should be 425 torque. Here, let's take a look. It's a 3D3. 1970, 2 versions of it. Here it is, 9.5. Okay, it's a 9.5 compression motor. Should have 330, 335 horsepower at 5,000 or 5,200 RPM. The torque should be 425 at 3,400 RPM. Okay, so our torque numbers, our maximum torque numbers are 370. That's it. We're way off. But then again, those if I would have changed those pistons, it would have made a difference. But in the meantime, we're in a budget refresh here, and this is what we got. So my customer is now racing with this car. All he wants is the original motor back into the car, as it is the way you look from the factory, and that's it. So you know what, let's make another test and call it a day. And then starting tomorrow, when I have a chance, I'm going to work on the Distributor. Okay, let's make one more test. You guys want to see one more test? Let's go. Okay, fan, water. Here we go. There it is. You know, the rings are breaking in right now. There you have it. We're climbing 321. Okay, so 373 torque at 3800. And our horsepower, we maxed out 322 at 5100 RPM. You know, if this motor had a little bit more compression, it would make a lot more power. Okay, so it is what it is. You know, should be at least 425 torque on this motor, which I don't have it. I've got 370 and 322 HP. It is a low compression motor. The pistons are, like I said, way down there. It's only 150 cylinder pressure. So it is what it is. So now I'm gonna get working on the distributor, but in the meantime, this is what we've got. 322 horsepower at 5100 RPM, and our torque reading is 372.4 at 3800 RPM. There you have it. Now I just wanted to start working on the distributor, but in the meantime, I did the testing on the motor. The motor itself is working good. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our video here with the 3D3 that came out of the Dodge Charger 500 1970 from Donal, not the 69, 1970. It's a simple 3D3. This is what we have. My client just wanted a refresh. This is exactly what we've done, where he looked for vibrations, water leaks, oil leaks. Everything seems to be good. So now the only thing is, I'm gonna fix his distributor later on. And then when I put it in the car, I'll tune it with this Holley original matching number carburetor when the time comes. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video with us here. And thank you for watching here on Nick's Garage. And you guys, if you look down below the video, we have a whole bunch of merchandise that you guys can buy. So whatever you like, buy it, love it, wear it, and enjoy it. And help spread the word of Nick's Garage. And if you have some time, check out our Patreon page. We have extra content and you guys can watch it and take it from there. And we'll see you next time.